Hello everyone, this is Casamat Alchemy Comics, and I'm here to bring you another video. So Valentine's Day is upon us, and I'm here to bring you a character that is the embodiment of Valentine's Day. Eros, or in the Roman mythology, Cupid. So what we're going to do with this character is we're going to take him, explain his backstory, explain what he represents, and explain some notable stories. Then we're going to talk about some mediums that he exists in, mainly in comics from Marvel and DC, and some anime. Then we're going to have some honorable mentions in the end. So without further ado, let's get into it. So Eros, or Cupid, is the god of desire, passion, and love. His parents are Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty, and Ares, the god of war. Some more notable stories that he appears in is the story of Apollo and Daphne, where he pricks Apollo with one of his arrows, I guess to be a practical jokester, and he chases a woman, Daphne, across the world, and to escape from, she must turn into a tree. Another story is his own story with a character known as Psyche. In this story, um, Eros is sent down by his mother Aphrodite to punish a woman who was being worshipped as more beautiful than her. But in the process of accidentally pricking himself, he falls in love with her. Near the end of this story, Psyche becomes immortal herself, and they live together with the gods. So Eros, what do you mostly see him as, or what are some common depictions you see him as? Well, sometimes you see him as the little baby with the diaper and the wings, and sometimes you see him here depicted with wings and a full adult and his arrow. But if you really want to know what he's seen as, you will know him by his arrow and his wings. So what mediums does Cupid fall in, especially in Marvel and DC? Well, there's little known about Eros in Marvel. He's mostly, as opposed to the god himself, anyway. He does appear in some stories very often, and he's mostly tied to Hercules stories, especially when he is tied to the Avengers. So if you want to read some Hercules-centered stories in the Avengers and you want to see Eros, check that out. But one character that is most notable is Eros in DC. Making his debut in DC Presents issue 32, Eros is mostly tied to Wonder Woman and Wonder Girl storylines. He generally has the same story and has the same power scheme as Eros or Cupid would. But an interesting thing about him is he's known for his two golden pistols. He has two golden pistols that he shoots that if he hits you, you will fall in love. So some other stories he's mostly tied to: Wonder Woman Black and Gold #2 and Wonder Woman 796. So let's get into anime. In the anime, Cupid's chocolate centered around a young boy who becomes a harem king. Cupid's chocolate is a Chinese manga. As the young boy becomes the harem king, he is approached by a Cupid god. How she comes to meet him is she inserts chocolate into a cake as the boy eats the chocolate, and all the girls who eat the cake pretty much fall in love with the boy, making him the harem king. I haven't read this manga myself, so it's really one of the only depiction, interestingly enough, of Eros that I've been able to find, or a type of depiction. I'm actually shocked at that, but yeah. So if you ever want to see a cute little harem girl, check out Cupid's Chocolate. It's a Chinese manga. There you go. Some honorable mentions. Now this is kind of a cheat, but it's a representation of Cupid. She is mostly tied to Green Arrow. She was a cop who kind of got her mind wiped and became a villain and became obsessed with Green Arrow. She's mostly known for carrying heart-shaped bows and arrows, and she gains the moniker of Cupid because of that namesake. Another honorable mention and representation of Cupid is Eros or Star Fox from Marvel. He is considered an eternal being, and he has many abilities and powers of Eternals, considering strength, speed, and other things like that, and other natural abilities. But his personal power is the fact that he can tap into the pleasure of other people. So a type of emotional manipulation that taps into the mind and produces pleasurable pheromones and things like that. So this is a character that is known to getting down with the business, apparently. Oh, and interestingly enough, he's Thanos' brother. So that's an interesting fact about Star Fox that I didn't know. So if you know about this character, Star Fox or Eros, look him up. He mostly is tied with the Avengers, and he mostly an ally. So, all right. And our final honorable mention is, of course, Cupid from Fairly Odd Parents. A known, pretty much having all the abilities of Cupid, he is a aspiring game show host, lover type that tries to push a lot of TV and things like that, creating your essential love shows and reality TV. He appears in season one, episode 8 of The Fairly Odd Parents. So if you want to see him in this first episode as he tries to save Wanda and Cosmo's marriage, check out season 1, episode 8 of Fairly Odd Parents. So that was Eros or Cupid from Greek mythology. I hope this information was helpful. I'm having a lot of information, and I do need to get a little better in my fact finding. But if you like what you see, give us a like, give us a comment. Any feedback is expected and welcome. And see you next time for the next video or the next deity. If you guys have any ideas for any deities, comment down below if you made it this far. And thank you and have a good day. And happy Valentine's.